Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of going back out with another garbage bag after filling the first two with candy.
Oh, I just want to go home. But I also want more Kit Kats and Smarties. Go on, son. Go. Get me more.
Getting farmed out by Dad for more candy. Bro, there was one year that towards the end, you know, maybe the last or second last time I ever went out. And so I was going, you know, the older you get, the further afield you travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're getting further and further from home. And there's this one year, and the sheer amount of candy was actually absurd. Just way too much fucking candy. And Mom, having seen that, as time went on, you know, school was back in session, we're going back through, I'm taking a little bit with me every day or whatever. Mom was siphoning candy out of the bag every time I left for school.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, I only ever got to like a third of whatever was in that bag.
Yep. Smart mom.
She couldn't even like take the ones I didn't like. She was taking all the shit that was tasty.
Yeah, because she didn't want you eating all that junk, Adam.
I know, but still, man. But I wanted my Reese's peanut butter cups. I wanted my Aero bars. I wanted my Three Musketeers.
Oh.
I wanted my sippy bags, bro. They were still getting sippy bags back then.
They were. You used to go to a house that had sippy bags or full chocolate bars, man. You're like, man, these people are rich. And we hit the lottery.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bro, you see the size of the fucking mini bars they hand out now?
Oh, I know. They're smaller than, you know, your dick after getting into like an ice bath.
It's
times
brutal.
2. Oh yeah, there ain't nothing
Shambles.
there. Yeah, it's just nothing there. Normal game, Adam. We got a Protoss, we got a Zerg. It's going down. This game was actually sent in from somebody that picked up a NordVPN subscription, so it's a guaranteed pass. So we appreciate the support. I don't know which person in this game sent it in, but thank you for supporting. If you guys also want to pick up NordVPN, link is in the description below. And just an extra big thank you for the Patreon love. Seeing the Patreon numbers going up just a little bit, so we appreciate that. Everybody that's supporting us there. And all of the super chats that have been going on in these games, too. I've been trying to read all the comment sections just to say thank you to each one, because I've been missing them, and I feel guilty. So, big thank you if you guys are supporting in your way. And the free way to support is to hit that like button. We've been getting over 1,000 likes a video. We just keep that up. All is good in the world. Speaking of good in the world, or not so good in the world, the StarCraft patch that is looming over us. We did discuss it on the podcast. We will have something up on the channel. We're going to cut that section out so that you guys can hear our thoughts, because I've been seeing more comments, not only in my stream, but also in the YouTube comments. We will have that video. It might even be out before this cast gets out. So go check it out. Yep. And you'll be able to hear our thoughts on that. And just to be warned, I whine a lot.
Rightfully so. I mean, rightfully so. It's not unjustified whining. So, you know, it's not so bad. But as we sit here, you know who is probably whining right now? Number 6, who's about to lose this Overlord. Not going to be happy about that, but it is the price you pay for scouting information.
Yes.
And he does see everything. He sees the gates, he sees the robo. He should have a pretty damn good idea of what's coming down the pipe for him. And that's usually worth the price of admission. That second, or no, sorry, is that the second? Third hatchery. My apologies, going down now. If this was after the patch, it'd be his 5th.
It's possible. That's for damn sure. Looks like Mikey here, totally okay with just getting in the expansion up. Kind of a dog shit wall, if I'm being honest. This forward pylon is just not in a good position. It's the Artosis as well on top of that.
It was an attempt.
But it's an attempt. I mean, this is platinum. We are double roboing as well, getting 2 Immortals out, enjoying them while they're still decent. Because come the patch, if that shit gets released, you probably won't want to build too many of these immortals.
This whole series of casts are just going to be vague references,
yeah.
or not even vague, but like overt references to the patch. That's exactly how this is going to go.
Oh yeah, enjoy the shield overcharge while you can. That's going. So is your ability to want to play Protoss. So, hey, at the end of the day, if the patch goes through, it will make LAGTV very entertaining. I will say that.
True.
And, you know, it's not like I'm grinding ladder these days anyway. So, in all honesty, it doesn't really affect me all that much. In fact, it might actually make our content a little bit more fun to cast.
True.
But, yeah, my goodness gracious. That is... It's a patch. It's a patch. We did get buff. Protoss did get a buff. And that buff was... One second. I'm trying to remember. There was one, Adam. Which one was it?
The Protoss buff?
Yeah, there was one buff.
Well, the closest thing to a buff would be like the Colossus losing shields for more base health to avoid getting insta-gibbed by ghost
Nah,
EMPs.
there was another one. There was another one. I think there was an actual buff, but it is what it is. And that just goes to show
it's
that
so
there wasn't
minimal,
much.
whatever it is.
I could name you 5 or 6 for each Zerg or Terran player. I could do that. But anyway, I digress. We got what? Roach, Ling coming out. Decent creep spread here from number 6. I mean, he is moving about with his queens, getting that creep on. Lings are starting to move up here. Quite a few immortals now, 4 of them. We've got 2 more in the pipe. So this is going to be a 6 immortal against just roaches and lings. I mean, these roaches are going to get absolutely destroyed. It ain't going to be good.
Yeah, he should really just send a ling up there to see what's going on, notice what's happening, and get the hell away.
Yep.
There's the ling, and there he goes. So playing out for once as casted. That's a death ball and 3/4. That's a lot of immortal. That's a lot of stalkers. And on it, oh my god, dude! I just go attack now. Go win the game. This is basically go win the game right now.
Oh, 100%. And he saw the unit composition, even if it was for a split second. I mean, you saw roaches and lings. At this point, Scoots should have had a warp prism out. I mean, you're double roboing. You should definitely have a warp prism. You can not only use that for your, basically your blink. You can pick up units, but also to keep warping in zealots for the front line here. He is starting to stutter step just a little bit, getting closer to those immortals. Those immortals are now into the fight. And just like that, the majority of the zealots do go down. Charge does finish. But this army is still very, very dangerous. As long as he can micro just a little bit with these immortals, he'd be fine. I really wish, again, he had that warp prism. One warp cycle of zealots, and this game's just GG right off the rip.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's just so many immortals, but the immortals, as good as they are, they do still need something in front. Otherwise, that shield goes down, and they go down quickly after, and this is a relatively well-fortified front. That second spine crawler could certainly be closer to the actual ramp, but isn't. And unfortunately, just sending everything down the ramp to their doom. But these Zerglings, he could just keep streaming Zerglings in here and killing all of these immortals. That's exactly what he's doing. And that's an incredibly cost-effective trade for what was sitting in front of his ramp. There are the Zealots, but they're too little too late. He is going to be able to do more damage here down at this expansion, but I have to imagine with 1,400 minerals and 700 gas, number 6 can find a way to build some units, or not.
Well,
maybe he just loses.
You know what's better than 1 war prism, 2 war prisms. I mean, there's that. I mean,
it does scale.
If he would have brought the war prism down sooner, this game would have already been dead. And I got to be honest, it is shameful. And borderline, you should at least consider uninstalling the game as a Protoss player when you had that unit composition and you lost the amount of stuff you did. But knowing that this new patch is coming, you should probably definitely uninstall. Because when the new patch comes, that attack gets even worse for you. And you won't stand a chance. Now the mutants are out. They're doing damage. He's going to be able to hold this. The real question is, can he spend just a little bit of his 1,800 minerals to keep alive from the mutants that are inevitably going to then go up to his base and do huge amounts of damage on his mineral line?
Listen, he's been hurt before. He knows what happens when he spends too much of his money and there's nothing left for a rainy day, Mr. Black. He's just trying to be fiscally responsible. But unfortunately, right now, not being fiscally responsible is actually the better play. And he's decided that fighting that head-on is a bad idea, but maybe setting the mutas up top here to do some damage to Mikey's mineral line might be the answer to his problems, or at least part of the answer to his problems, while he builds some more units back at home. And I mean, don't get it twisted, this will be helpful. Getting rid of that Artosis pylon is actually pretty huge right now. And if he can get rid of some probes without losing too many of these muta, I would say that's relatively successful in the grand scheme of things, as Mikey Scoot's own army count is actually not that big.
No, it's not. And what's keeping him alive right now are these Archons. It was a good recall there from Scoots. I got to give him that. I was kind of giving him a bit of shit, but he ended up recalling back now 2 Archons in each base. But screw that. Take all 4 Archons down, because for whatever reason you think you need 4 when in reality you only needed 2, leaving his main wide open to lose a good 30% of his probes there. And now the mutas are going to be looking for some more easy kills, and gets them just like that. Again, the pylon still not being done yet, not able to warp in more than 2 units at a time. Yeah, he has got Archons at the natural, but man, he is hurting right now. 3,500 minerals and counting. Fight, pussy. Buddy, you're the pussy, and you're getting fucked right now pretty hard by about 8 Mutalisk. All right? You picked a bad time, brother. I just went through the worst patch notes I've ever seen in the history of StarCraft 2. I am going easy on no one this week. Nobody's going. I'm going in on the paint. And I don't care.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe. Even with a NordVPN subscription, I don't care. You're getting it all the same at this point. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just watching a Protoss that had all that death ball and still had all those minerals and gas behind it find a way to somehow not have finished the game by now. Number 6 now is up 109 supply to 62 as Mikey Scoots continues to struggle to find a way to rebuild anything, which really, with all the minerals, just build gateways would be a good start.
Yeah.
And maybe some pylons.
Oh, my
Shot
God.
in the dark on that one, but a few pylons might not be a bad idea as these run-by mutas continue to do some work. I don't know why Mikey is taking so much time talking when he could be yapping less and building more pylons and more gateways, and he'd still probably win the game.
Look at
but
this.
He's not, and now he's down to 170 gas. The run-by is going to hurt that even further. These muta have done irreparable damage, although I don't know how much more irreparable damage could be done to Mikey Scoots given what we're already witnessing right now. The brain damage is strong in this one, and he has got it on full display, Mr. Black.
Well, yes, Adam, and he is, well, I should say he should be doing a lot of damage with these mutas, and in theory he is, but in theory he isn't. Because who needs minerals anyway?
Okay.
This motherfucker ain't spending minerals anyhow. So it doesn't matter if all the probes are dead. He's not spending minerals to begin with. So really, he isn't doing much of anything to this guy. All he's doing is getting more and more ahead by expanding over and over and over again. He needs to do less yapping and more warping. That's what he needs to do. And he just refuses to do it.
This is 2 gentlemen who refuse to win a game that is clearly in their favor. Number 6, I'm not sure why he's still building muta. He knows that he can't go in a one-on-one fight with a bunch of Archon. So keep those muta for run-bys to be a dick if you want to, but then, you know, get to getting up the evolution ladder there for the Zerg. Get us some Ultralisk at this point. We're going into the 14-minute mark. You've been sitting on so many resources it ain't even funny. We are still sitting at 1,100 and 500, so it's there. And these are great, but it's not going to win you the game, or at least it might win you the game, but it could, instead of taking, you know, the next 5 minutes, it's going to take another 15.
Yeah, I mean, it will win him the game, but, I mean, my goodness. If I was him, I'd just be getting some Broodlords right now. I'd just be chilling back. I mean, it's 183 supply to 73. It seems as though Scoots... just really all he's doing, I mean, it's his name. He's just scooting from here to here, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, even that's barely happening at this point. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Archons sitting in a mineral line protecting 6 probes that are just getting gas. He is more inclined to spend gas than minerals at this point. And finally, Adam, he is working his way out, and he is going to be met by a massive army. This is a scary army, I will admit. This is very scary. But, I mean, he's going to at least lose half of this, bare minimal, if not the whole thing. Needs to be some focus firing here. It's got to get the mutas in play as well to a degree. And now he's running back. I would have preferred him to take a fight more back there and then just sort of remax by the time you got back at base. He's kind of leaving himself open. He doesn't have a... Dude, I swear to God, if Scoots wins this game,
do it.
I will cry.
Man. Don't do it. And why are you fighting in a choke where there's more chances for you to bunch up and take more splash damages? I mean, this...
All right, there we go. We're okay. The Immortal's not in the fight. He's just getting wrecked now. It is happening.
My heart.
I was getting nervous, Adam. I thought there was a small chance that, number 6...
It is LAGTV. You never know.
Yeah, you just never know who's going to throw. That's right.
That's true.
Wow. That was something.
Well, there you go, number 6. You got it. Not only that, but you got yourself a much-deserved hot and spicy subscription to NordVPN through our link in the description below. Thank you very much, sir. Getting the guaranteed cast. Congratulations on the win. You know what? Dragging stuff out longer than you need to only really works in the bedroom.
Ooh.